is enough said.
Happy Taco Tuesday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. Please support the channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. Now that we got that out the way, please join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Don't forget to vote my daughter Maya for Toddler of the Year. I'll leave the link in the description. We have 2 more days left for the second round, and Maya's still first place. Thank you guys so much for the support. Now look, I know we're in different headquarters. I know things look a little bit different here. I'm not home today, so I'm not in the Miami Heat office. I'm actually getting my roof redone, so there's a lot of noise, a lot of crap going on in my house, you guys. So I'm actually at my mom's house, whose birthday was yesterday, so here for the day. But you know, I always try to give you guys Miami Heat content as much as I can, so hope this isn't a big deal. I mean, my brother's got his little arts and crafts in the back. My dude got his thing going, but I'm ready to talk Miami Heat basketball, you guys. And in this particular episode, I want to go back to the possibility of Giannis Antetokounmpo joining the Miami Heat. And I know people are going to roll their eyes, and some trolls might get in the comment talking about it may never happen. I don't think that, you guys. I don't believe that. And the reason why I mention it is because Shams Charania was on Get Up yesterday, the ESPN show. And he stated on the episode, and I quote, "There's still nothing set in stone about whether Giannis Antetokounmpo will stay in Milwaukee or whether he will be leaving. And so, he's continuing to evaluate his future. I reported in mid-May that he's evaluating whether his best fit is in Milwaukee or is it elsewhere. That process is continuing, and there's been some real conversations over the last week or so." End quote. After that, yesterday, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't know the place that he was at, but, oh yeah, here we go. He was at a sports memorabilia convention. This was 2 days ago. And he was doing, like, you know, talking about cards and stuff like that. And then he did mention, "I want to have a long career. I'm going to play like 15 to 20 years in the NBA." And then a fan in the audience said, "All in Milwaukee." Giannis, with a smile and wink, said, "All in Milwaukee, baby." End quote. Now, I understand that people are thinking that that means he's not going to leave Milwaukee. I've been saying this for months now, you guys, and I'm going to continue to say it. I don't think Giannis is set in stone staying in Milwaukee. We all know the situation that's going on there. They gutted their team to trade for Damian Lillard to put him alongside Giannis. It hasn't worked. Now, the reason why it hasn't worked is because these two guys were making oodles of money, and they weren't able to put the right squad around them. Now, they traded Chris Middleton last year for Kyle Kuzma. Didn't work. Doesn't really fit in with the system. So, right now, it looks like that Giannis Antetokounmpo is trying to evaluate his situation and see what best works for him. Now, Damian Lillard is still a part of the Milwaukee Bucks' salary, because he was waived and stretched from his $113 million contract. So that means they're going to have to pay Damian Lillard $22.5 million per season, and that money comes out of their salary cap because he was not bought out. He was waived and stretched. 2 completely different things. When you're bought out, all that money gets off your salary cap. But in a waive and stretch, it means the player did not want to take less money for a buyout, so you're releasing them, paying them their money in a course of a few years. Damian Lillard agreed to 5 years stretched. So he's going to Milwaukee's going to have $22.5 million eating from their salary every season. They also traded for Miles Turner. I don't think Milwaukee is kind of selling Giannis with a championship contender with this current Milwaukee team. I think at best, this team is like a 5th or 6th seed, maybe even a play-in team, because they don't have all of the assets that they had in their championship run. Now, it was reported multiple times that the Miami Heat are going to be waiting in the wings to trade for Giannis. And why the hell would you not? Dude last year averaged 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, a block, a steal, 6.5 assists. He's not known for his shooting, but he dominates all levels on the floor. He's amazing defensively. He averages 6.5 assists a game, a career average 5 assists a game. This dude is not only a power player who can get into the paint and score, but he also facilitates for others. Now, I did mention before free agency it was going to be difficult trading for Giannis simply because we didn't really have the assets. And you were going to have to give up either Bam or Tyler to make the trade. The point of trading for Giannis was to try to keep him in this team with Bam and Tyler. The Heat have a possibility of doing that ever since they traded for Norman Powell. Because what are you going to need to sell Milwaukee if they're trading Giannis? And a lot of people that are going to say, oh, Miami doesn't have the assets. That's not true. When a team is trying to trade their superstar player, they look for 3 things: expiring contracts, draft capital, and young assets. Miami has all 3. So for people saying that Miami doesn't have the assets to make the trade, that's not true. Because you can easily send Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier's expiring contracts. Andrew Wiggins is on a player option. You can add multiple young assets like Kel'el Ware, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, Palo Larson. You can maybe even include Kasparis Jonas. Not all of them, obviously. 2 to 3 at most. And then you can include 2 future first-round draft picks, maybe even 3. And you're getting Giannis. Now, the issue with that is that you're going to be competing with other teams. San Antonio can probably give a better package. Houston can probably give a better package. But just because they can give a better package doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It's also where Giannis wants to go. Now, San Antonio's a good option. Houston's a good option. But Houston just traded for Kevin Durant. I don't think Houston's going to be in the running. San Antonio's going to be the team to beat. It's going to be quite difficult. But let's say you're able to add Norman Powell or Tyler Hero in this offer to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, guys, I'm not saying I want to trade Norman Powell and Tyler. I just did an episode yesterday talking about how much I love this current team and how much I believe this team can contend next year and how I love this youth movement. But at the end of the day, we are talking about one of the very best players in the NBA, an MVP level candidate player who can take your team from a middling team in the East to a top contending team. I don't understand why the Miami Heat wouldn't at least entertain the idea, possibly moving Tyler Hero or Norman Powell. Let's not forget, Tyler's from Milwaukee. You're selling Milwaukee on a franchise cornerstone player in Tyler Hero, who just had an all-star season. And given the opportunity, being the number 1 option in Milwaukee, can ball. So if you did a package like Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, maybe you're able to keep Wiggins now, but you can include Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, 2 future first-round draft picks. Or maybe you keep Nikola Jovic and you send Kel'el Ware. I get it. We want to keep our center. But if you're trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo and you're able to keep Bam Adebayo on this roster, it works. You could put Bam at the center and Giannis at the power forward, and that will dominate. You keep Andrew Wiggins. You put Andrew Wiggins as your small forward who has championship pedigree. Move Norman Powell to the shooting guard and Davion Mitchell as your starting point guard. That's one hell of a lineup. That's a lineup that's going to be the top of the East. And if you're able to keep certain young assets like Palo Larson, Keshad Johnson, maybe you can keep Nikola Jovic. Now you have a well-balanced team, not only in your starting lineup, but coming off the bench. But for people that are saying that the Miami Heat cannot contend for a Giannis trade, that is just not true. We have all the assets to trade for a superstar player. And this is a big reason why I feel the Miami Heat are also keeping Terry Rozier. He has a $26 million expiring contract. For people that are going to say that the Heat cannot trade Terry Rozier, you're fooling yourselves because his contract is expiring. And with the way the new NBA collective bargaining agreement works, that is big for teams. Because even if Terry Rozier is found guilty with the whole NBA investigating thing for the point shaving, he's released. And that number gets off your books. That's even better for Milwaukee. You can give Milwaukee a package surrounding Tyler with Terry Rozier's expiring contract and multiple assets. I think that works. Do I want to trade Tyler? No. But if it's for the perfect piece, yes. And Tyler's coming up for an extension, you guys. It makes more sense to do it as well. I don't think Bam is going to be the piece moved. I think if you're going to try to trade for Giannis, you want to keep Bam and Giannis together. They have a great relationship. They have the same agent. And as Spo as the coach, it'll work. And now that you have Norman Powell, you guys, you have the flexibility of trading Tyler. I feel that a package surrounding Tyler Hero with young assets and draft capital and expiring contract can compete with trade offers that other teams can provide. So Heat Nation, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are consistently pushing to 7,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said. Don't forget to vote for Maya.